Good morning. Hope you're having a blessed and wonderful Sunday. You're probably just waking up. And I hope there's a great peace and calm in you as many states begin to reopen and we start to find this journey moving where we're going to move in society and what the new normal will be. Today, again, I always have to remind people that my role is talking about the spiritual component of the 6-point secrets to good health and mindset, which are so important. So this morning I wanted to start with maybe a little different angle. In the background you can hear that we have already started at church the ortho service. As on most Sundays, I come to you from the church because that's where my existence is on Sundays. I get to have my post-liturgical nap when I go home and go to sleep and take a little nap in the afternoon and enjoy the day with my family. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about how so much of this all interfaces what we do in meditation and yoga and all these things to the practice of our faith as Orthodox Christians. So each of us have now hopefully began a practice of meditation or prayer or contemplation. We've begun to go into our journey with our journals, and we've talked about the future vision. At some point, we have to anchor with more than just the action of writing. So there's a lot of things that, from the standpoint of physical and spiritual health, I've learned through the practice of the church. It's a very interesting practice as an Orthodox Christian. When I tell people I'm an Orthodox Christian, they go, "Oh, well, I didn't know you were Jewish." So I said, no. We were that original trunk of Christianity that now has branched out into so many iterations of Christianity. And but there's so much that is physical and mental, and the senses are involved in our practice, which I think spill over to help us in what we are starting to begin to have as practices. For instance, during my time of meditation and prayer, when I'm doing that, I almost always, and I sleep with this, I have what's called a koboskini. Now, each of these are knots that have been tied by a monk as he did a prayer called the Jesus Prayer. Okay? Now, one of the first times I made this connection was when Phil was talking to us about creating new neural pathways. And as we create those new neural pathways, what we do is, he had said, listen, you have to get an anchoring tool of some sort. And you would hold that tool when you were at this time of serenity and peace when you were doing your meditation and your journaling and those types of things. Because hopefully, we may start our journaling in a very anchored type of fashion, but I find this is a big point of journaling that I don't know that we covered yet. When I've had those times of anger in my life, anger is basically a very subjective type of emotion. We know that when we begin to journal and we put gratitude down, gratitude cannot exist with anger or anxiety, so gratitude takes over as we put down the things that we're thankful for. So when we begin to do our journaling, if we have anger, we're now forced to write in objective terms an emotion we're having subjectively. The benefit of that is that we begin to heal immediately because we begin to commit that problem to our subconscious. Likewise, when we are journaling and we become at that level of peace, or we're in meditation or prayer, and we're using our koboskini. Now mine is approximately 100 knots. I don't know why 100 exists. I know why they have them that are 12. I know why they have them that are 33. I know why they have them that are 40. I'm not sure why there are ones that are 100. Maybe he just had a boring day and he wanted to make a big one, the monk who made this one. But they say a prayer called the Jesus Prayer. And it says, Jesus Christ, Son of God, have mercy on me, a sinner. And I add to it, Lord, hear my supplication. And I pray for my friends, and I'll have my list of names of which I group as a group, the 55 days to the best you. I will go down there and I'll have my family names and my friends and my members who maybe have need, And then I'll get to my groups, and it's my St. Demetrius community, my body's team, my body's staff, my 55-day coaches, my 55-day group and participants, that they may enjoy good health and peace and calm. So I'm in such a peaceful state that I have this feeling with my fingers. So now I have a smaller colposkini. You'll see a lot of Greek Orthodox or Orthodox Christians in general. And then some people that aren't Orthodox Christians at all, that they have an Orthodox friend and someone gave it to them, say, oh, that's a pretty piece of jewelry. And they wear it around their wrist or they wear it on their finger. And I'm pretty brutal on the ones that go on the wrist because I'm always tugging on it when I get anxiety or when I need to meditate or think about something. I'll just grab hold of that and I have hold of it. Well, that neural pathway of peace, what I found is when I began to get frustrated in a day, because a lot of stuff comes at me, I reach in my pocket. And if my colposkini is sitting in my pocket, all of a sudden I have a serenity. So I've created this neural pathway that ties back to being calm. Many times I'm using my colposkini when I'm in church, and that's a great feeling of peace when I'm here. And think of the senses that are involved. We've talked about good vibrations. The music of the Greek Orthodox Church is Byzantine music, which has a frequency of 526 to 528. Well, 528 is the frequency of love. So we now begin to understand why people go into Christian centers and they're using that Byzantine and Gregorian chant type of background. It's very peaceful for them. And they say, oh, I just found a peace being there. I don't understand why. I'm not religious. I don't go to this church, but I just found something. And I believe I've already shared the story about the lady whose son had committed suicide and came to church. If not, someone text me and something, I'll share it on another time on a Sunday. But we have the incense. And ironically or not ironically, by design, the incense are things like geranium and frankincense and myrrh, these fragrances, lavender that relax our senses. And Ayurvedic medicine, we know that they don't believe in taking pills. They inhale basically the tinctures and the cures and things that they have. So I guess my point today is to tell you that let's add to our meditation, our prayer, and our practices of peace. Let's add that physical grounding agent. It could be a colposkini. It could be a lucky coin. It could be a favorite picture. That's something that's easy for you to take with you at all times and have. So that when you have those moments when you need to go into a relaxed state of thought, you grasp it. It ties back that neural pathway. And if you enhance your meditation by good vibration type music, and those, I believe Kristen can help us with this, maybe it's in the 400s, the 428, 468, I think. I'm more familiar with the 526 to 529 frequencies because of just the research I got exposed to. But we know classical music brings that out. There's other tones that do that. So this is our search from the standpoint of having that safe place. So in building our spiritual content of our bodies, we're surrounded by the things that help us tie to that. And actively we go ahead and do these things so that we ensure we get the most out of those practices and that. And there's also, ironically, a physical component. In the Orthodox faith, we're known to do prostrations, where actually it looks like a squat curl press, right? We kneel down, we touch the ground, we do our cross, we stand up, and we do our cross again, and then we go back down and we do it again. There is a physical involvement for monks and people who are really into the faith that they extend it. So we tend to think of meditation as just calming the mind, but I believe we have to look realistically at calming the mind, enhancing the physical involvement, relaxing the senses with aromas that are good and peaceful to us, and also the music which sets the vibrational energy for us. So I hope today that you are blessed with a wonderful day. I hope that you relax. I hope that in your meditation or prayer you find a physical thing. Mike Koboskini will be with me and through these times. And we go forward as things, restaurants and health clubs begin to open. Be safe, be strong, and be grounded. God bless you and have a wonderful day.